I'm Mike Hall, an ophthalmologist at Iowa Eye Center. I grew up in Minnesota, in the Minneapolis area, and as a kid I played a lot of sports, played baseball and football, and did a lot of outdoor activities like fishing and hunting and those sort of things. I have a twin brother, and he and I were kind of inseparable growing up. We both ended up becoming physicians. He's an orthopedic surgeon, and he lives in Minnesota still. I came from a family of 4 kids. My other brother is a dentist, and my sister's a dental hygienist. My twin brother and I both went to St. Cloud State University in Minnesota for undergrad, and both went to the University of Minnesota for medical school. I went into the Navy after that and spent 5 years in the Navy as a general medical officer. Most of that time was spent in Japan. My wife and I just got married before we left to go to Japan, and then we moved back to Michigan, and that's where I did my residency program at the University of Michigan. And then I did a fellowship at the University of Wisconsin, and I took my first job out of training in Kansas City, and then a couple of years later I moved here to Iowa, and it's been a good move for us. I love Iowa, and it's close to my family, and so I get to see them more often than I would have if I would have lived in Kansas City. We like to go to movies and plays and try to enjoy some of the local Iowa things. I still do some hunting and some fishing. I take a trip to Canada every year with my brothers, and I'm a trap shooting coach for the Jefferson trap shooting team. So we do some shooting sports and things like that. And I have 4 teenage boys, and so we get out and do some adventures. Last year I went to the Grand Tetons with one of my sons, and we climbed the Grand Teton. And so I like outdoorsy things. It's a lot of fun. I like spending time with my family. When I was in medical school, I did an ophthalmology rotation early on, and I just loved the hands-on stuff like cataract surgery and you know, doing procedures in the clinic. And you know, it was kind of a good mix of using your medical knowledge but also using your surgical skills. You know, ophthalmology is one of those fields of medicine that has changed a lot over the years. The technology gets better, and so as an ophthalmologist you really have to kind of keep up on the latest technology and kind of learn new things and new techniques, and that always keeps it interesting and keeps it exciting for me. I think the most important thing in choosing an eye doctor is choosing someone with experience. And I think the cumulative years of experience here at Iowa Eye Center are something you can't match anywhere else. We've got doctors here that have been in practice for years and have seen complicated eye disease and have a lot of experience dealing with those things. And so for a family member of mine, I wouldn't recommend any place else.